Hey everybody, this is Rydo and we're back to King's Quest 2015. Let's continue. We're in the chapter 15. The old king in the future time is getting forgetful, and the only slightly younger king that he's remembering is wandering around the city looking for one last adventure. And it seems like the city is burning. This fire keeps spreading.
My castle! I ran back home to make sure everyone was safe.
Like, all these people don't deserve to be safe? Seriously? Like, we never even made it. If this was a store, we never made it in there. We never got in here to see what Acorn was doing. There's a significant amount of conversation and interaction that we missed out on just by sticking with one character. Well, the good news is the controls aren't inverted anymore. Can I look at my statue while I'm here? Nope. I don't know why all the treasures are just laid out in the town square. So I don't know if he's hallucinating this fire. I would assume not. And here's a tree. And we're doing this quick time of pressing A and picking a direction. That wasn't too bad, the hopping mini sections. If that's all you could program in Unreal Engine, because you couldn't just have jumping as normal. Magic. It's a Manny.
Well, hello there, friend. Manny, hasn't your game grown tired and old?
Oh, I'm quite finished expending my efforts to refine this cesspit. I sacrificed my best years to the pursuit of a better death.
I don't see him, and I don't know if this is a visual glitch.
Nothing left for me to do except watch as it burns to the ground and to hope that it will all be forgotten.
It was never about a better Daventry, and you know it. Just want to prove you're better than me.
Better than you? What have you ever contributed to this kingdom? If I didn't rig the night tournament, you wouldn't even be standing here. No. You owe your entire legacy to all the cretins that sacrificed their lives to build it.
Well then, leave my family out of this. Come out of hiding and face me alone. I'll grant you the rematch you so desperately seek.
Graham, your bones are too weak for a duel of strength, and your ankles would fracture in any contest of speed. Would your rusty memory even provide any decent competition in a game of wits?
What's the matter, Manny? Are you afraid if I win you will run out of excuses for why you were never crowned king?
All right. First, prove to me that you're still strong and quick. You know where to find me.
All right, mine. Don't fail me now.
So I have to get the 4 keys. Backgate key 1 of 4. This is the first time in the game, too, that we've had multiples of anything other than coins. So, the path of strength should be maybe down this way? I got another commemorative plate. This is the tournament area, which is where we'll do the game of wits. This is that tree with the bees on it. There's nothing over here. It looks like the water all dried up. So I can't go that direction. And see, I'm not forgetful, I'm just looking to see if there's any collectibles or anything to find first. Redoing everything from the first chapter exactly how it is, or extremely similarly?
That's right. I had tried my hand at designing an escape room. One key was definitely locked in here. If only I could remember the combination.
Oh, so I am gonna need all the keys. Interesting. Another escape room.
My favorite, abstract art. I can't quite recall what the picture looked like.
It was a purple. Maybe not. Maybe it was orange.
Was it pink?
It looks like a 2 no matter what.
Wait 1 second.
Can't set up these plants. So it's the number of pink bunnies plus the number of frogs plus the number of Mr. Fancy Pants. So we'll go ahead and set this to 2 since we already know that. And then these pink bunnies is 1, 2, 3. Let's see, are there any more? 4, 5, I believe. Yeah, I see 5. Unless I find some more. Which I don't think so. So the first number is 5. This seems like this is going to be a much more generous puzzle room. Next is the number of frogs. I don't see any frogs. Let's see what this is. A candle. The light will clear up your tunnel vision. This with this. So is there fire somewhere I could start the candle on fire? Doesn't seem like it. Let's see, what does that equal? That's more than 4. So let's try this. That's more than 4 too. So this is 2. We need to figure out what this is. 7. Wait a minute. Well, we still have no idea how many fancy cakes there are. We know it's twice as many of this. This is 246. And we know that this has to be 3, 4, 5, something like that. But it's above 2. But below... It's... We'll have to take off all of these little ones. But you know, it's probably easier just to reset. It didn't reset. Okay. So put that there. And take this one here and see what happens. I got something in my throat. One sec, I'll mute myself and cough. Okay, hopefully. So, what we know is this is not 4. It has to be less than 4. Otherwise it would match. So this should be 6 between these two, which means this should balance out equal. Okay. So now we're trying to get the number here. Put this here, 3 plus this, that's 6, that's 8, that's 10. Take 3 away, and we put this, and so we know it's 3 plus 6, which means 9. So 9, which then puts us easily able to brute force the remaining answer if we wanted to. We could just cheat. But let's not cheat. Let's go find... Like, unless there was something here where I was supposed to use the candle... In this little tunnel, I think I'm going to find I need to use the candle in a different tunnel. So the fact that Gwendolyn is being told these stories does allow for the main character, Graham here, to potentially be lying about a lot of more things. Because one would assume, since Garth had grown up in this area and adventured and knew this area better, Garth would catch him in some lies, and we saw a little bit of that. Not a full revelation like that, but we did see Garth would sometimes question what he was saying.
Daventry's pumpkins thrived after the squirrels moved back to Avalon.
That's nice. This place never... This place never opened up as like a secret passage. That seems so weird. And he didn't walk this way? Or he didn't remember some of that? I see one frog. Let's use the candle.
Your mind is strong. Apologies, it was Hold on.
Well, we could say it's 5 or 6 as far as frogs. Let's see. Let's run this direction and see what else we can see. The entire city is potentially burnt to the ground. There goes the tree. Let's see if we can...
It seemed like when I was younger, every door was open to me. But as I grew, one by one, they began to close.
That's a sad statement. And this is that one room where you always walk slower. We haven't been in this room in a long, long time.
Locked as well. Really only leaves me with one choice.
Ah, that sucks. Maybe I should have played differently. Maybe I should have been tried to be friendly with all of them to keep it balanced. And here's that yarn still. Is he gonna hurt himself down here? Nope. Is that where I put the candle?
Oh, that's not right. Apologies.
Fruit picker. Nope. So I don't know what X marks the spot means. It's rather nice to be back to this place, but I was fully expecting that I was just going to have my fill of this section. And if it wasn't going to work that way, it just seems very, very strange that they did so much work to build the city like this. Do I have something that would let me get that? Maybe the fruit picker.
Goblins thrived in the rocks to the east, so I stayed away.
So that part is all just forgotten. Go through here. This place is well lit up. So we'll try this anyways. And they really experimented on this. Top-down views, side views, all kinds of stuff that...
I was happy my lighting project had been implemented, but I did miss using my pumpkin lantern.
Yeah. It feels like the Odd Gentleman took this job prematurely just to train themselves how to use Unreal Engine. And Activision owning the trademarks to Sierra and King's Quest and not really being invested in it because it wasn't their original IP didn't care.
We sealed up the goblin holes.
Yeah, I'm sure that did well for goblin-human relations to build a wall. It's weird there's a lock in the board, as if that would do anything. I kind of miss the guards that would ride each other. Like, where are those? One of them got killed, I know. But now I think subtly they skipped a section here. Like this point from this point has been edited. There was more to the path. It doesn't really matter, but it's odd nonetheless. Fruit picker. And I can't combine the things. That's what you would want to do, is take this and combine and just be done with it. Have it out of the way in your inventory, so you know as individual pieces they don't play a role, but perhaps together they will.
I may be remembering this wrong.
So now I've got a ladder. So there was a ladder in the goblin hole. So we don't even know what the reality of this story is, because it keeps changing. If there is any reality to the story. If any of this happened, or if any of this is just happening now. Does the magic mirror simply change the past to match whatever the storyteller is telling? That would be an interesting magical mirror. So does that mean this lighting project is gonna be missing? Nope. That would be a little bit unfair if you got stuck in a cave and couldn't make your way out. I don't know if I want to go back and get the key. I think it's probably not worth it. You never climbed up this. It seemed like there'd be something to that. But it didn't happen. What do we have here? Is this where the commemorative plates go? Seems like it. So they were part of the game. I thought they were just extra collectibles. Let's see. That was the wrong direction. So the code now is R.I.P. Ah, rest in peace. And when did he die? Did he just die of old age, or in some adventure? So that puts us with 2 keys. I can get the third key by putting either 5 or 6, maybe 4 in that final combination in the puzzle room. But first things first is we gotta get to the floating island and try to take this guy on. Do we do it with the ladder? No.
The Hobblepots and I used a spell from Hagatha's book to enchant the floating island to actually float.
Interesting. However, doesn't seem like this was the right direction. And see, I don't remember quite where the race of speed was. There's a couple things we're still not certain about. This feels kind of lonely. There's nobody to talk to and nothing to do. And this path is different. This path goes back to there, and that path goes back there. So maybe I do need to get this key. Maybe I'll find something else out. So I'm thinking 5 or 6 is the right answer here. So 2 tries potentially. 7, 8, 9, not 0 frogs, 1 frog, 2 frog eyes, 3. I've done something wrong. So I've missed something there. The light will help you clear up your tunnel vision. And when we do this candle, or if we just try to bring out the candle.
I may be remembering this wrong.
And I bounced the mouse, so let's see. Purple?
Purple? Wait 1 sec.
Wherever this tunnel vision is supposed to be, this is the problem. Maybe it is the point of the frogs that the candle will let me see in places that I can't see right now. That might be the case. That wouldn't make any sense, but it might be the case. So far, the amount of gameplay I've played doesn't strike me as awful. Or, like, too little. It doesn't strike me as extremely a lot either, but if each chapter was going to have us run around here and have some conversation, can we do this?
There's nothing else to see that way.
See, and that seems very much untrue. Let's come over here. Try this.
Apologies, it was a... Hold on, that's not right. Wake up, Graham. Apologies, it was a... Wake up, Hold on, that's not right.
So what am I supposed to do with the ladder? The right number should have been 6.
Hold on, wake up, apology.
None of those items work.
Wake up, apology. Hold on, that's not...
Maybe I should just go stick the key in the lock in the back. Back section. At the very least, we could go use the keys. Get them off the inventory list. Hopefully. Where was the race? The race just kind of started. I guess this is the... where the... maybe we won the tournament race? I can't look at any of that. And there's no going back to the castle, right? He feels a little slow. Not amazingly slow, but a little slow. I can't use the ladder to cross this. So we know that's not supposed to happen. I'm not supposed to say put the clue here, or the candle, or anything like that. What am I missing? What am I missing? Am I gonna have to look up help just because I can't figure out the basics? Put a ladder on this. Candle on this.
Goblins thrived in the rock.
Candle, ladder. Am I supposed to bring out the candle? Or something? Oh, there is a tunnel here. So... what's it say? If this puzzle has you trapped, use the shovel to dig up the answer. So we apparently didn't have any other of these alcoves that we needed to interact with. That was pretty sneaky, the way they did that. But at the very least, now I can move forward and we can try to wrap everything up. I'm getting to the point where I would believe the ending and the epilogue in particular are going to be the same no matter what I did in the game. There might be 3 different endings if I chose for more of a adventure violent path or a more witty outsmart path, which honestly it's a false dichotomy by a lot that to say compassionate cannot also be witty. I would take it that if you're a thinking person and a compassionate person, you can find solutions. It's always nice to meet the pun king. So it's a knife to go cut up a pumpkin. What they are dangerously close to making an argument here that because I chose to play as a compassionate king, I am in part less intelligent than if I had just been a ruthless outwitter and trickster such as Manny. And what if I had decided to play as an outwitter and a trickster? What would have happened then? Lines of dialogue would probably change and not much else. Now I have a fishing rod. I've always wanted to try fly fishing before I croak. And nobody's gonna come across these puzzles. It is unsettling walking through these white sections. And there's really no reason for him to be there. It's a silly way to show that he's forgetful. But whatever. It's probably one of the least things to complain about in this game. So I assume I had to do all of that because I already tried 8. I wouldn't have all of this disappear if you're just going with the same white idea. I would have the part that I actually couldn't walk through disappear, and probably I would just have the bridge missing. And that would all probably be the only thing you need to do, like we've seen in other parts. I'm still missing one key, and I'm still not certain where or how I get to the competition with Manny. So this should now work, hopefully, at 8. And it doesn't. Purple.
I may be remember.
When it's purple, it looks like a 7, maybe? What do I have wrong? Let's try a lower number here. It's gotta be 9. So maybe I'm a little bit off on the number of bunnies. Am I doing something wrong? What is this implying? Let's see. This couldn't be a greater than sign. These have to be commas. So something 8, 2. And then that has to be 9. Let's see. Number of bunnies. I see 3, 4, 5, 6. I think I am slightly off. 6 or 7. Maybe 7. Let's try this. Yeah, I think I miscounted. The easiest one, I messed up. Alright, that's great and all. But I'm still missing an idea of what I'm supposed to do with the ladder. That's where this competition comes into play. Oh, is it where they first met, maybe? So I come over here and use the ladder? If this is where they first met. This cart is broken down over here. It's been broken down for years. This tree is gone. Where's a high place where I could use the ladder? Or there might be something hidden. I don't know. There's really not been any place like that before. This feels like the floating islands. Unless I'm supposed to use the ladder on, for example, over here. I climb and sneak my way into this garden section. I don't think it's inside Daventry. Now, it's a little odd that they tore down the statue of the previous king. Why would you do that? Like, keep them both. Build another one. Put them next to each other. So we've already done with the thing here. I can't even look at the signs. And the ladder does nothing here. Is there another way through? How does one get to the floating isle?
The Hobblepot and I used a spell from Hagatha's book to enchant the floating island to actually float.
But there's no... You can't just walk there? This is gonna be ridiculous if I can't do what needs to be done. My only thought is maybe I put the final key that I have in, and that triggers something. Nothing else makes sense. It doesn't make the most of amount of sense right now, though, that would be the solution. Maybe use the ladder on the tree? Nope. I don't see a reason that I'd use the ladder on the door, but maybe. Nothing back this way. Nothing over here. I'll come back and see if maybe there's something in the bakery oven if I cross the counter. That's 3 of 4.
I had beefed up security on that back gate to make sure no Edsel wolves could break in. The lock was crafted from very rare chromium I mined from the caverns in Ceridia. It was resistant to magic and required multiple keys. Of course, I couldn't remember where I had hidden them.
It's not as simple as just using the ladder over it.
That's not...
Really am just totally lost. Ladder. Can't do anything. Ladder. Can't do anything. Oh, this is frustrating again. And see, I think I'm just going to get into the dragon cave again, and we'll see if maybe the dragon decides to help me out. I haven't been the nicest to the dragon, but I also haven't been as mean as I could be. And I can't cross this section. Maybe I go release the frog. Can't look at the sign.
Look, I phased out that memory for a reason. It's not important for this story.
I think it might be. Why am I keeping this frog? What happened to Whisper, I wonder, too? I'm all over this place. What am I missing? I suppose I have to go through the cave again and see if maybe I can use the ladder down one of the gremlin holes and find something there. Or maybe it's something in the trees, or maybe it's something in the cave, because I've tried everything else. I didn't feel frustrated in the first chapter. Now I do. Chapter 5, it's the same area. The difference is there's less interaction, less people to talk to, less items to find. Could I perhaps use the ladder here as a shortcut? That would have been very nice. But no. So I'm looking for any interactions. Any interaction spots. Going back and forth. Back and forth. Like a fool. Wasting my time. Instead of just having a nice casual jaunt through a game. And this happens a lot in point-and-click adventure games and adventure games in general, just hitting that level where you don't quite know what you're supposed to do and you're just wandering around confused. I don't inherently hate that, but it has to be in very moderate doses. And if it's not in extremely moderate doses, then yes, I will be frustrated with the game. And that's exactly what's happening right now. Is I am being frustrated with the game. Is there something over here? Doesn't seem like it. We never got to this water mill or whatever it was. I'm gonna have to look it up. I'm just gonna have to look it up because I can't find it. I've been everywhere. I'm racking my...
Seems off.
Hey, it changed. Well, see, now that's not my fault at all. If the memory's just gonna change in different ways when you walk through this area multiple times on top of that, that's not fair. And so it looks like the gremlins decided we're allowed to build houses above ground now. Things are different. Or maybe this is the magic of Manny. He's changing things. I wouldn't be surprised if they said that Manny was just using the hypnotize potion from the beginning, the end of chapter 1 on you, and all of your actions past that point are just delusions. Well, at least I got the key. Who's to say how much more of the game there is, though? Probably just trigger some more dialogue, some more cutscenes. Maybe a game of Battle of Wits or something. Some puzzle. Defeat Manny and then move on to the epilogue. Which one would hope the epilogue was free and not yet another DLC thing.
Where all the keys were, and the lock was open, which proved my mind was still quick. I pocketed the chromium. It was too rare to leave sitting on the ground.
So I'll probably use that to lock up. Come on, am I gonna close the gate? I can't close the gate. Which is probably for the best because I probably am too old to climb the edge too, so the Wetzels and wolves are gonna have their way with the city. Not that it matters, it's already burnt. And there's a bunch of thorns here, so we can't even do anything else. We have a couple items. And am I just gonna climb down, or is there something else to do? First, let's see what happens if we crank this first. Oh, you did need to crank it so that the rope was all the way down. Oh, tap A for quick time events. I don't know, compared to some of those puzzles, a quick time event might have been more preferable in a few places. Particularly the line puzzles. Some action sequences. And here we are right where we began. And there's a dead body that I guess we're never gonna know who that was. It's like gold down here.
I'm gonna feel that for the next 10 years.
And no reason to pick up any of the gold. And we just walk this way. And then it jumps me into a different area.
I don't remember adventures being so hard on the knees.
And right there, as we're repeating what we started with, we've gone another hour. I would not be surprised if is just one more hour to do the end of chapter 5 and the epilogue. Maybe, maybe not. Depends on how much other things they want to just tack on and add. We've gotten far away from him telling the story to Gwendolyn, though, so I don't know if she comes back and we see a cutscene from her. I don't even know if we really finish the story. It could also be that old King Graham dies in the middle of the story and Gwendolyn has to decide how it ends in the epilogue. That could also happen. Anyways, that's it for this recording. As always, I ask you to like, share, subscribe, comment, and watch every second of my videos. If you want a friend or follow me on basically any social media sites, there's a whole bunch of links down below. Thank you for watching. Have a good evening.